A new research questioned the thinking about protein intake in relation to kidney problems. Researchers looked at how protein from both animal and plant sources affects survival in people with mild or moderate kidney disease. But, just hold on. Do not increase your protein intake without listening to the video in full. Let's talk about this fascinating research that explores something many older adults worry about. When you get older, your kidneys might not work as well as they used to. Doctors often tell people with kidney problems to eat less protein. But this advice might need some rethinking according to this new research. The research found that older people with mild or moderate kidney problems who ate more protein actually lived longer. This was true for protein from both animals and plants. This finding challenges what doctors have traditionally told kidney patients. Researchers looked at 8,543 older adults from 3 different research groups. They tracked these people over time to see who lived longer. The average age of people with kidney problems in the research was 78 years. About 57% of them were women. During the research, 1,468 people died. This gave researchers enough information to make solid connections between protein intake and survival chances. So, what did they discover exactly? People with kidney disease who ate more protein had better survival rates. For example, when comparing people who ate 1.00 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day versus those who ate 0.80 grams, the higher protein group had a 12% lower risk of dying. This advantage got even better with more protein. People eating 1.40 grams of protein had a 27% lower risk of dying compared to those eating just 0.80 grams. These findings matter because current medical guidelines tell people with kidney problems to limit protein. The standard advice for people with mild kidney disease is to avoid high protein intake above 1.30 grams per kilogram per day. For those with moderate kidney disease, doctors typically recommend even less, between 0.60 to 0.80 grams. But why do doctors usually recommend limiting protein if you have kidney problems? The traditional thinking goes like this. Your kidneys filter waste products from protein. If your kidneys are not working well, eating lots of protein might make them work harder and potentially damage them further. Less protein means less work for struggling kidneys. The interesting part is that this approach might have different effects depending on how old you are and how severe your kidney problems are. For younger people or those with very severe kidney disease, limiting protein might still make sense. But for older adults with milder kidney problems, this research suggests the benefits of protein might outweigh the downsides. As we age, our bodies change in ways that affect how we use protein. Older adults often don't synthesize protein as efficiently. They might have less appetite, move less, and have resistance to the normal effects of insulin and protein. At the same time, older bodies break down more protein, have more oxidative damage to proteins, and face more inflammatory diseases. All these factors mean older adults might actually need more protein, not less. Current recommendations for healthy older adults suggest between 1.00 and 1.20 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Some experts even recommend more for those dealing with illness or malnutrition. The researchers in this research wanted to know if the source of protein matters too. They looked at both animal protein from foods like meat, dairy, eggs, and fish, and plant protein from foods like cereals, legumes, and nuts. What they found was interesting. Both animal and plant proteins were linked to better survival. For each additional 0.20 grams per kilogram of plant protein, there was a 20% lower risk of dying. For animal protein, each additional 0.20 grams per kilogram was linked to a 12% lower risk. This suggests that while both types of protein can be beneficial, plant protein might offer slightly more protection. But the researchers emphasized that both types showed benefits. Wait, there is more, but do not forget to hit the like button if you think this video is useful. The benefits of protein were seen in adults both younger and older than 75 years. But there was an important difference between people with kidney disease and those without. While protein intake was beneficial for both groups, the benefits were even stronger for people without kidney disease. This makes sense when you think about it. For people without kidney problems, their bodies can handle protein more efficiently without any downside. But for those with kidney problems, there might be competing effects. On one hand, protein provides nutritional benefits. On the other hand, it might stress damaged kidneys. The research suggests that in older adults with mild or moderate kidney disease, the nutritional benefits win out. The researchers are careful to note that their findings might not apply to people with very severe kidney disease, those on dialysis, or kidney transplant recipients. These groups were not included in the research. So what does all this mean for older adults with kidney problems? It suggests that current guidelines recommending protein restriction might need to be reconsidered, at least for those with mild or moderate kidney disease. Many older adults already struggle to eat enough protein. They might have less appetite, difficulty chewing certain foods, or financial constraints that limit access to protein-rich foods. Further restricting protein could lead to malnutrition, muscle loss, weakness, and a lower quality of life. The research used data from 3 different research groups. 2 were from Spain and 1 was from Sweden. All participants were living in their communities, not in nursing homes or hospitals. This helps make the findings more relevant to typical older adults. The researchers collected information about what people ate using detailed food questionnaires. They calculated how much protein came from animal versus plant sources. They also gathered information about kidney function through blood tests, urine samples, and medical records. To make sure their findings were solid, researchers accounted for many other factors that could affect survival. These included age, sex, living situation, education, previous occupation, smoking, physical activity, body mass index, and various medical conditions like diabetes, heart disease, lung disease, cancer, and depression. They also considered overall calorie intake and consumption of fats, sugar, alcohol, and sodium. One strength of this study is its size. With over 8,500 participants providing nearly 14,400 observations over time, the researchers had a robust dataset to analyze. Another strength is that they used cumulative dietary information over time rather than just a single measurement. This gives a more accurate picture of people's typical eating patterns. But no research is perfect. The researchers acknowledge that even though they adjusted for many factors, there could still be other unknown variables influencing the results. Also, the research was observational, meaning it can show connections but cannot definitively prove cause and effect. What is particularly notable about this research is how it challenges conventional wisdom. For years, doctors have told kidney patients to limit protein. But this research suggests that for older adults with mild or moderate kidney disease, eating more protein might actually help them live longer. This does not mean all kidney patients should start eating high-protein diets. The research focused specifically on older adults with mild or moderate kidney disease. The results might be different for younger people or those with more severe kidney problems. The researchers suggest that for older adults with mild or moderate kidney disease, the current recommendation to restrict protein might need reconsideration. Given the importance of protein for maintaining muscle mass, strength, immune function, and overall health in older age, allowing adequate protein intake might be beneficial even for those with kidney issues. In practical terms, this might mean that an older adult weighing 70 kilograms with mild kidney disease could potentially benefit from eating 70 to 84 grams of protein daily, rather than restricting to 42 to 56 grams as current guidelines might suggest. The quality of protein also matters. The research found benefits from both animal and plant proteins. This means older adults can get their protein from a variety of sources including lean meats, fish, dairy, eggs, beans, lentils, nuts, and whole grains. The bottom line from this research is that older adults with mild or moderate kidney disease might not need to restrict their protein intake as much as previously thought. In fact, eating adequate protein might help them live longer. However, as always, anyone with kidney disease should discuss their diet with their healthcare provider before making changes. This research helps remind us that nutritional needs change throughout life and with different health conditions. What works for a younger person might not work for an older adult. And what works for someone with severe kidney disease might not be ideal for someone with milder kidney problems. Medical guidelines are constantly evolving as new research emerges. This research adds important information that might help shape future recommendations for older adults with kidney disease. The goal is always to find the right balance that promotes overall health and quality of life. Do not forget to click the like button and subscribe. On the screen, you see an essential video for you. Thanks very much for watching this video. See you in the next video.